So my name's Mikey. Let's find out who we've got around the table. I'm going to start off over here. Tell us your name, and I'll just do a mic check at the same time.
I'm Margot.
Margot, welcome. And who have we got over here?
I'm Victoria.
Victoria, welcome.
Thank you.
George.
George. And my name, as I said, my name's Mikey. Who have we got over on mic 4? Let me turn you up a bit more.
I'm Rod.
Rod, welcome. And Mr. Photographer, come and join in. We've got a spare table for you. We've even got a bottle of lager if you want. And come and join in. We're just starting now. Can you throw us a subject? We need a subject to start off with. That's the way Talkaoke works. It's up to you to decide what you want to talk about. Could be absolutely anything. So has anyone got a subject they want to start off with?
So, as a start,
Oh yeah, you're ready.
Yeah,
Wow. Yeah.
So as a start, me and George are both from Cyprus and Greece. So,
Okay.
I've been in...
Yazoo.
Oh yes!
Yeah.
Kalimera.
Isn't it Kalispera now? It's after 12. When does it become Kalispera?
Yeah. Kalimera is after lunch, I think.
After lunch. Okay,
I've not
so
had
it's still
lunch,
on the
so
hour and a half.
Kalimera for me.
Okay, so you're from Cyprus.
Yeah.
I mean, what should people know about Cyprus that they don't know?
So Cyprus is actually an island, but it's very Middle Eastern type of lifestyle.
Yeah.
So it's not like Greece where it's an island that's more Mediterranean, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
in Cyprus you get the Middle Eastern vibe.
Okay.
Cyprus is actually split into two. So there's a south side and a north side.
Yeah.
The north side is obviously Turkish Cypriot people living there.
Yeah.
And the south side is mostly Cypriot. We can cross over. So there's something called a green line that you can actually cross over.
Is it a bit like this green line here?
It's a border control zone.
Right. Okay. So there's more checkpoints on that green line than this one.
But yeah, Cyprus is wonderful.
Come and join in. We have got we've got Rod, we've got Margot, we've got Victoria and George, and I'm Mikey. We're just firing this up. We've got some people from Cyprus. Are you local? We've got another participant coming in. Okay, just tell us your name and give us a subject, because at the moment we're farming subjects.
Oh, no, it's because we have to leave soon, but we're quite keen to find out.
Okay, yeah. We're here all day, but we're also here on the 12th of September as well. And we've got another new face at the table. Welcome. Tell us your name. We've got Rod, we've got Margot, we've got Victoria and George. You don't want to give your name? Okay, that's fair enough. Fair dues. At the moment we're talking about Cyprus. Have you been to Cyprus?
Unfortunately not.
No? Let me give you that. You can give you that. Oh, you can go that one.
I'll go that way. I'll go.
Okay.
Unfortunately not.
Would you like to go to... Is there anything you know about Cyprus?
I have friends who go every year and they love it.
They love it, okay. All right. Do you know why they love it? What is it about Cyprus?
Mediterranean weather, Mediterranean food.
The food and the weather. What is a typical Cyprus dish?
So it's called souvla. We eat a lot of pork in Cyprus.
Yeah.
So it's very different to the lifestyle in Greece, right? So you guys eat a lot of...
We do a lot of beef.
Beef,
lamb.
yeah.
Yeah. So you're from Greece. You're not... Okay.
So
Okay.
fun fact, we speak the same language, sorry, but it's a different dialect.
Right.
So there's some words that I'll say, for example, like the boot of the car is a totally different word to what a boot in the car would be in
Yeah.
Greek.
Sometimes we struggle to communicate.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like, as we say between us and Americans, divided by a common language.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a different dialect, really.
Different dialect.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you're actually from Greece.
Yeah.
What is the dish of Greece?
I'd say pasticcio.
What is it? Let me just.
Pasticcio.
Yeah. What is that?
So that's, what is it? Pasta with minced beef
Right. Okay.
and
Like a bechamel sauce.
bechamel cream on top.
Yeah.
And that's a traditional
Yeah.
Greek dish. Yes, we've got a friend actually.
Come and join. We have got Victoria, we've got George, we've got Margot, we have got nameless so far. But we can keep it that way. We've got Rod on cameras. My name's Mikey. What's your name? Adelina. Hang on, let me just. Adelina.
Very nice to meet you.
Okay. We've got a skater boy.
Nice.
Skater boy, come and join. Let's give us. I've been very frugal with the round of applauses and the cheers. Okay, so just tell us your name. We've got Adelina, nameless so far. We've got Rod. What's your name?
Walid.
Walid. And where are you from, if you don't mind me asking?
Half Jordanian, half Lebanese.
Okay, so we've got more of a Middle Eastern flavour because Victoria's from Cyprus. Where are you from, Adelina? From Russia. Privyet. Хорошо. Anyway, so I guess marhaba. Yeah, okay, so we're getting the languages in. Marhaba, come and sit down. We've got, in a way, this is like a meeting. It's like the United Nations around here. We should get some. Okay, if we were the United Nations, what would we be doing? We've got a dog here. We've got 2 dogs. Yes. You know, if you guys were the United Nations, how would you run it? We've got a representative from, I'm going to guess, UK. I haven't actually asked. UK, Russia, Lebanon and Jordan, and Cyprus and Greece.
Hello.
And we've got a lot of dogs. What should there be United Nations of dogs? That's also a question. Yeah, go and grab the mic, Margot.
I think. Also, I'm from Poland, so I think we are rocking different nations,
Okay.
and we're neighbours as well. With
Okay.
Russia, so.
Do you always get on? Because we're talking about Cyprus and Northern Cyprus, Poland, Russia. Do the neighbours always get on? I mean, that's probably quite a good question to ask, considering we're in the neighbourhood. Do neighbours always get on?
It's a good question. I think neighbours, once they know each other, they know each other's names. People just get on because if you know, there is no reason not to get on if you're just sharing the same space or the same block of flats or something.
All right.
So you just need to meet them face to face, have a chat, and then maybe.
Okay. All right. You agreeing with that, Adelina?
Yes, absolutely, and I think that as well, dogs make people closer as well, you know. So it also works out very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we
Okay.
have a very nice community here, so.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, I mean, is this a model for the rest of the world? We've got a new face over here, or 2 new faces. Tell us your name.
Hiya, my name is Sandra.
Oh, I'm going to turn you up a bit. Sorry. I keep turning the mics down because there's a lot of wind blowing into the mics. Go and say again.
My name is Sandra.
Sandra?
Indra.
Indra?
Yeah.
Oh, and where are you from?
Lithuania.
Lithuania.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Everyone's here.
So we've got, this is a real United, and what's this one's name?
It's right next
Pop.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right next to
Okay.
Gdańsk in Poland. I all the time go to Gdańsk. Yeah, and Lithuania as well. It's just
Okay, so
around
we've got yeah, this is it's such a shame. We've got to do this dog show thing. Maybe we could do the dog thing because we had a dog show on the 12th of September. We will be here. Maybe we could do a doggy-okie for the next session. Okay, but I think this is a great opportunity. We've got UK, we've got Russia, we've got Poland, we've got Lebanon and Jordan, Cyprus and Greece and Lithuania, and
international table.
we didn't really get from Rod. Hang on a sec, Portugal as well. Portugal. Hang on. Okay, so I mean, look, we're here with all the nations all getting on together. Do we get on better as individuals than we do as countries? What do you think? Rod, are you going to come in on this one?
Are we all Europe? Do we have any non-Europes? Are we all Europe here? Ah,
Yeah.
okay. So I mean, the EU, seem to see that.
Okay, so the EU kind of did it. The EU is that thing. Okay. I mean, not all the countries represented are in the EU, I don't think. But I mean, do we get? I mean, is this a model for how neighbours get on? How different people can, I mean, are we all pretty much the same? Go on. Wahid, yeah.
So I think it's like on the individual level, it's way easier to get along.
Yeah.
When you have like countries that are neighboring each other, because I feel like with countries it boils down more to greed as well. Like greed plays
More
a big role
greed,
in it,
yeah.
like resources and like securing all of that.
Yeah.
So it's harder to like judge people based off of their character and kind of like governments kind of judge land based off of like strategic value and all of that.
Yeah, so they're thinking strategy, they're thinking accumulation.
Kind of like a game, like it's not
Yeah.
real people. Whereas
Yeah.
when you boil it down to the individual level,
Yeah.
you can get to know a person and like all of that.
So they're almost like playing a chess game. Yeah, go on, Margot.
I completely agree. I think they are the human beings, individual human beings, but I think country and politics, they kind of use people as some kind of,
Yeah.
I don't know, like items to bargain with. For
Yeah.
instance, there's a situation at the moment in Poland. There's a group of refugees from Afghanistan and Iran who are currently based in the no man's land between Poland and Belarus. And they've been there for like 15 days or something, and the whole country is talking about it, and the politicians are going there, you know, politicians are wearing white shirts and suits, they go there with their gifts for the refugees, and obviously people need help, but then the Polish government says no, nobody is allowed to go in and give them aid because they are not in Poland, and Belarus is saying, well, you need to take care of them, and actually, I can't remember what the issue is, but they're saying, well, if you're going to be horrible to us or whatever, if you're going to undermine and put sanctions on Belarus, we're going to open the floodgates of migration. And I think a lot of migrants are going through Lithuania as well, and Belarus is just like gatekeeper of it. So it's using people as things to gain extra power.
Talking about the chess game, really, to using people as pawns. Have you got a view on this from the Lithuanian side? I do feel like it's the United Nations here. It's quite good. I feel like we could solve the problems a bit better. Indra?
Yeah, so actually, Belarus has arranged many flights from Iran especially to go to, for refugees to go to Lithuania. And Lithuania can't accept that many because there's multiple large flights a day.
Yeah.
So they are stuck in between the border of Belarus and Lithuania.
Yeah, so it's the same as in Poland as well?
Exactly the same, yeah. And it's, I'm not sure how aware are you of what's happening between Belarus and neighboring countries, but this is more of like a revenge thing.
Yeah.
Where their president, Lukashenko, is kind of trying to make the situation in Lithuania more, I don't know, how would you say?
Unstable?
Yeah, kind of, unstable, and just getting these flights and then trying to send the refugees.
Okay, so in a way it is this thing, as you're saying, Wahid, it's this kind of global chess game where people are used as pawns and we're not seeing that human side. Adelina, did you want to jump in there? Oops, sorry, no.
I just really agree with you.
Yeah.
And I also think it's very important to remember that people do not necessarily stand by the same ideas and ideology that countries represent on the international game. For example, that's with Russia, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody knows, you know, Putin is crazy. But Russian people do not necessarily agree with that, you know.
I mean, do you sometimes, when you're sort of chatting to people in a party or whatever, people kind of put certain kind of assumptions about you based on your country?
Yeah, absolutely, and this is really sad because people are actually really against what's happening in the country, in politics, you know, so, and out there as well. So that's why I think it's very important to just not to judge people by the, you know, politicians, what they're doing with the country. So that's very important.
Okay, so you've got to not judge people. I mean, do other people feel the same thing, that sometimes you say, I am from Portugal, UK, Poland, Lebanon, Cyprus, and then people kind of make a judgment about you based on your country, which isn't really true. Do people? Everyone seems to relate to that. Can someone, Victoria, do you want to come in on that? And how does that work as a Cypriot?
It's the same thing.
Just
it's very similar to basically Adina was saying, that we have, like I was saying, the south side and the north side. You know, the north side you have the Turkish Cypriots, and if you are a Cypriot and you go to the northern side, it's like almost like you're a foreigner completely. You know, they're very against, which is fair enough. I mean, it's understandable. But yeah, especially even if, you know, Greeks and Cypriots.
They're not like, you know, maybe on a sort of, on a personal level they'll be welcoming, but when they find out you're from the south, everything changes.
Yeah, definitely.
And they kind of like, you know, they take on this kind of national perspective rather than a personal perspective.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, okay, so that's how, and Wahid, you were nodding as well. Do you want to sort of like give your view on this?
You were just saying about like how sometimes people like you mentioned that people will take like a national perspective about it, or like a political side, and I think that like politics can really change like how some people can act. I think like you can have a good person who is corrupted by politics, and I think that like, especially like she said, like in Cyprus, where you have the north and south, and then you have like in Palestine. So you have the conflict between Israel and Palestinians. I'm sure that you could find a Palestinian and an Israeli who would they would otherwise be friends if it were not for their political alignment. and I think that's really interesting as to
Yeah.
like why we choose to like get so involved politically when we have like, especially in like countries that don't have as much voting rights or as much democracy. I notice that like people are more involved politically despite not having much of a say in it. But yeah, that's my take on it.
So you mentioned Palestine, Israel. Palestine. John, have you got a view on this? I mean, no. I mean, you're from the UK. I mean, do we have this similar sort of thing? Do people judge British people wrongly, or do you think? As I'm also from the UK, do we get more of a, an easy time of it? Do you think? No comment. Okay. Okay. So we're talking about how sometimes the global politics can actually or the national politics can actually affect how you see individuals, and I think that's really interesting. Like you mentioned Palestine, Israel, and the Cyprus thing. They're all people, and I suppose, have they got a similar culture? Is it a cultural difference or is it a political difference?
I just wanted to touch on what you were saying a little bit. It just made me think about sometimes, maybe the government or the policies or kind of national narrative makes people not exactly brainwash them into something, but just influences people to think in a certain way about their own nationality and other nationalities. And even if it's like half joking, I'm sure there's like Polish jokes in Russia, there are Russian jokes in Poland, and the list goes on or whatever. But one of the interesting things, and on the way down here, we were talking about, is it okay to hang a British flag? And of course, I think British situation is slightly more complicated in the sense that it's an imperialist country or has got an imperial past, so maybe it's just a bit more implicated. But I think it's good to be proud of your country, but what does that actually mean? Do we even think about it?
Okay, well, that's a really interesting question. I mean, what pride would you hang up a Union Jack flag, assuming that you're British? What do people think? Do you have pride in your country, despite it seems like a lot of people around the table are maybe not into their national politics, but do you still have a pride in your country? We can go around the table on this one, maybe starting with Indra over here. Do you have a pride in Lithuania?
Somewhat.
Yeah.
There are some things that make me embarrassed to be Lithuanian,
Really?
but in general I think I have pride in being Lithuanian.
Yeah, and what is the pride over? What is the good sort of like the things to be proud of about Lithuania?
It's very divided.
Yeah.
Like the people I know and my family were very open-minded, ambitious people.
Yeah.
Like to try out new things, like to learn about new cultures, and I like that this aspect of it.
So it's almost like a sort of very curious kind of culture.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. And what about Greece? Are you proud, ashamed of Greece, a bit of both?
No, we definitely proud. I mean, it's again, in some extent, yes, there is pride. In some extent, there is embarrassment, of course. The current political situation and financial situation in the past. But I think the point is that nowadays in Greece, if you want to show up for the Greek pride and everything, people will criticize you. If you do the opposite, again, you will be criticized as well.
Yeah. So you're kind of stuck between. What are you? Is it kind of like similar to the British thing where it's a kind?
I think it is. Yes, in some extent.
It seemed a bit too nationalist, a bit too kind of banging the drum.
Yeah, precisely. You're right. So I think you're still gonna have to show what your personality is like, and if you want to go against the pride, or if you want to be proud of your country, you're good to do it, but not to to the radical extent, to the far left or the far right. I think this is where we lose it in Greece.
Yeah. So it's a bit of a balance.
There's no balance. Yes. In Greece they either do it or they don't do it at all. So that's the thing with us.
Okay. We're going around the table. Hang on, we're going to go around the table on this one. Let's ask Victoria. What's your view on this?
Yeah, I'm very proud to be Cypriot. I'm actually half British as well. My dad is from the Channel Islands, Guernsey.
Okay.
But yeah.
Have you got Channel Islands pride as well?
Yeah, I do. I mean, yeah.
It's two islands, I suppose, isn't it? So
I'm an island
pride.
girl.
Yeah. Tax haven pride.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My dad often says to me, you know, if you move to Guernsey, you guys would be happy. And I said it's such a small island, I could walk it in 2 days. So I said there's no way, no way. But yeah, back to Cyprus. I mean, I'm very proud to be Cypriot. We've learned to overcome the difficulties between, you know, the Turkish side, Cypriot side. We've also taken in a lot of refugees over the past few years at least. And we've learned to accept them. We're a very multicultural island, so a lot of Russian, a lot of Chinese, a lot of. But where we take everyone, you won't find like the racism as heavy anymore. There is, of course, there's racism anyway. You know, but it's easygoing, you know.
Okay, so in a way, a very accepting place. Okay, that's interesting.
And I also, the international school I went to, we were taught to accept everybody, you know, it wasn't so much, this is this person, this is this person, it wasn't more, I
mean, it's interesting because you were taught that at school, but going back to this thing about the geopolitical or national situation, it doesn't happen on that national level, even though it's what we ask people to do in schools. Wahid, let me come around. Proud, and which country are you going to pick as well?
I'm going to pick Jordan. And I'm going to be very careful with my wording. But I think at the moment I'm not proud of the political situation. But I'm definitely proud of the culture. And I'm definitely proud of like, well, I can speak for like, I haven't really lived there most of my life. But speaking from experience, I'm proud of like the attractions that we have there and the culture. But politically, I don't really get involved because the situation, in my opinion, is like beyond fixing.
So it's just almost like too unfixable.
It's like digging yourself into a hole that's already deep enough. You know, like I don't really want to get into the politics side of it.
Okay, I hear where you're coming from. Okay, let's move it on. Margot, it's your turn now. So whatever you're going to say.
I think I am proud to be Polish, but similarly there's some policies that I don't agree with maybe, and I think things could have been done differently right now. But equally, I'm not that involved in politics to change it, so maybe I should if I want to make any kind of requests. But as we're going round, I would like to find out like the details, like what aspects of culture, what aspects of policies that people agree or disagree with, or they're proud of or not proud of. Because I can say proud, like broadly speaking, I'm proud of Polish culture, but what does it mean? Like I'm not assuming people know what Polish culture is, apart from vodka, maybe pierogi. I don't know. But
well,
there you go.
That is your prerogative.
That is my prerogative.
Okay, so we're going around proud of your country. It seems that people are proud of the culture, but not the politics. It seems that that's what I'm picking up. Adelina?
Yes, I'm very proud to be Russian. I think, yes, of course, it's very
What
sad.
things are you proud of?
I am proud of our culture, of our history, of our art. You know, there is so much impact that has been done in music, literature, ballet, everything really. Theater, Russian, you know, it's so rich. People are really dedicated to it and see this, you know, blossoming in Russia. It's really great. If you go to St. Petersburg, there is every day something happening, you know, performances, you know, everything. And it's really great. People are very kind. You know, they can look and seem very gloomy at the first glance, but then they have kindest hearts, and I think that's something I'm really proud of.
I mean, is that something that people, you know, in a way, I think probably people all around the world are kind, but we don't necessarily think that when we think about, especially, you know, countries that I suppose the UK has been historically at odds with. We try to paint the picture that they are somehow worse people and they're not kind, but obviously they're kind.
Obviously, yes, I think that as well, but you know, but there is a saying about this Russian generous soul, you know, like if you come to the house, table will be served, and like you will always welcome to any house, kind of, and this is true, really. If you're
and what kind of things will you be served? What kind of food?
Borscht. And of course vodka, right?
Okay, so a lot of beetroot soup going on there. John, are you proud to be British? Are you know, and what things are you proud of? Just turn that mic around a little bit.
If I'm being technical, as I'm second generation, I am English.
English, okay.
My father was British because his grandfather was Italian.
Yeah.
But if you're asking me, am I proud to be English? Yes, I am. And I'm proud of the language we've given the world.
Yeah. We're getting a lot of... Yeah.
No, I'm proud of the language we've given the world because we have given a universal language which people can mess up.
Yeah.
As we mess it up.
I mean,
but at least they've got one way of talking.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. Like it's not the most logical language in the world, is it? English.
It is if you go back in the history of it.
Right. Okay. So it's about.
If you look at it today, where everything must be put down to its lowest common denominator and dumbed down. No, it isn't.
Okay.
But actually, it's one of the richest languages in the world. Every language has got its own richness.
Yeah.
English seems to have incorporated as much of the world as it can.
And what is the difference in your perspective from English and British?
It's knowing where your roots are.
Right.
When, for example, my grandfather was Italian, so in the war, he was allowed to go out to work and look after royalty in his job, but they had their bikes taken away and their crystal set radios taken away for a while.
What, because they were Italian?
Because he had Italian family and it was believed that they could potentially be spies.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And you know, that rankled with my father. That rankled with my father for the whole of his life.
Did he feel kind of discriminated against?
Yep.
And judged because of the Italian element?
Yes.
Okay.
It was even more amusing in that my grandfather was a waiter who looked after royalty when they went into hotels.
Yeah.
But because she was married to him, my grandmother, who is third generation British, had to because she married my grandfather, she had to report to the police station every fortnight.
Wow. Okay. So these are things maybe we don't know about the history of the UK. I mean, I think the other thing that's interesting is that a lot of people from the UK have got these roots from other countries if you go back far enough. Come and join us. We're talking about national prides at the moment. How does it play out? Come and join us. We've got representatives from UK, from Russia, Poland, Jordan, Cyprus, Greece, Lithuania. And we've got a couple of people and Portugal as well on the camera. I'm not going to go into my complex background. Hello, come and join us. We've got John, we've got Adelina, we have got Margot, we've got Wahid, we've got Victoria, we have got George and Indra. Come and join us and tell us your names. At the moment we're talking about national pride. Are you proud of where you're from? And you are?
Yeah, of course.
And tell us where, come and sit down. Let me give you a round of applause. Okay, so we're talking about national pride at the moment. There's some things about our countries we're embarrassed about. All of the people around the table, me especially being like a, you know, being one of these kind of like pinko left-wing type people.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. And we got India. I'm going to sort of we got Lithuania, we got Greece, we got Cyprus, we have got Jordan, Lebanon, we've got Poland. We have got Russia. Are you going?
Yes, I've got to. My carers will be here.
All right, hang on, because we need a final thought. You know the drill. You've been here before. We need a final thought from you. Throw something into.
No, it's not you.
Throw something into the conversation that's going to help us out. For
the only way we can overcome the complexes we've got about our politics and things like that is to do what you're doing here. Talk and get people to put forward what their feelings are.
Yeah.
If we can get people to talk, George, as one of the American presidents said, jaw is better than war, and I think it's about time people start remembering that.
Yeah. Well,
and I really must go.
Thank you. And we'll give you another round of applause. Jaw's better than war, and that's interesting because they've gone now. But we had the Aberfeldy Boxing Club, whose slogan is "Stop the stabbing and start the jabbing," and we always say "Stop the stabbing and start the jabbering," because that's what we do here—a bit of jibber jabber. No singing on Talkaoke, it's one of the rules.
You know we like singing.
Yeah. Okay, alright, and hang on, tell us your name first of all.
You know my name.
Yeah, that's not how it works here.
Sorry, Mikey. Loretta.
Loretta, and we're talking about countries. What countries do you represent?
Everywhere and everywhere. London's the capital city of the world, baby.
Yeah, but where are you from?
London. How many more times?
Alright, okay. And
Andre.
And where are you from?
Romania.
Romania.
Transylvania.
Transylvania. Are you proud of? Is it Transylvania or is it Romania?
Transylvania.
Are you proud of Transylvania?
Sometimes.
And what are you? Let's bring this a bit closer. What are you proud of?
Everything.
Yeah. Literally everything.
Yep.
London.
Okay. I mean, when people say Transylvania.
He was real. Count Dracula was real.
Okay. Are you proud of Count Dracula?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're proud of everything about, but it's, I mean, come on.
I was going to say something about the point that John made, but not about Transylvania, but we can always go back to that.
Transylvania, hang on, that is... No, that's the Dracula. That's the Dracula thing. It's not Transylvania. Not saying anything about Transylvania. Yeah.
No, I was just struck at the statement that English is the most complex. I can't remember the words that John used.
He said one of the richest languages.
One of the richest languages, and I think it's just a matter of perspective because I think Greece was such a powerful country back in the day, and it had a lot of influence. I mean, things have gone different way. We could have been speaking Greek or Russian for that matter up until recently, and I think my soul is much more aligned with the Russian culture. And it during Cold War, it could have been, it could have been decided then.
We could have
or after Second World War.
Yeah.
Or I mean, is Persia?
No, Persian is Iranian.
Okay, right. So
Arabic.
Arabic. I mean, right. I mean, Arabic countries, was it Ottoman Empire? No. Yeah. I mean, that was a big empire back in the day. It was just circumstantial that at that time it was these countries were influential for a period, and then things have changed. So I reckon English is going to be overthrown soon. And
you think English's time is running out?
It could be, it could be, because we don't know. I mean, what's the next biggest language? What's the next biggest power, really? Because language is just an insertion of power in my view. That's
so
why
is language
Esperanto
just a kind of... Okay, Wahid,
So, in my opinion, I think, you're right about the point where, it could have been any language that would have taken the global scale. But I think with English, it just happened so that English was the dominant language at the same time of the advent of the internet.
Yeah.
And I think transitioning to I think it's very unlikely that we'll transition to a new global language.
You think now we're global, we're going to stick with English?
Yeah, I think because we've already built so many systems in English, so to say. And it's really interesting because in the Middle East as well, back home, anything English is considered higher class, I guess, or better quality. And
John was right about this thing about being proud of the English language as a sort of international.
Yeah, and we also have where we'll speak Arabic, but we'll incorporate English words or turn them into an Arabic version.
Well, I've been there doing Talkaoke in Dubai.
Yeah.
And you can actually understand what's going on because people are always sort of emphasising things by saying stuff in English and French in amongst the Arabic. Rod, I think you wanted to say something, didn't you?
Oh, I mean I can.
Oh, okay. No, I thought you just rushed to the table.
No, sorry, I'm just taking a break, taking a little rest to listen.
Okay. Okay, so it's
No, but I'm over it now.
Yeah. Okay. What were you going to say? Is it gone? Do we need to rewind? What were you going to say?
I wanted to.
Hang on.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Sorry.
Right. Okay. I wanted to say that my
convent upbringing. I'm sorry that I was talking to these two when you were talking, so can you repeat yourself? Okay. My dad, born and bred in Malta, but his mum fled Mussolini to meet my paternal grandfather, he was from Glasgow. And he was in the Air Force. But he left a ton of children and she was heartbroken.
Okay, so a complex and international history.
My mum's Welsh.
And your mum's Welsh, okay. So there's a complex international history going on here. What about this question about English? Do people agree with that? Is English going to just be the language now, global language forever?
Andre wants to say
Andre, do you agree with that?
No, Andre, go on.
I think about English, I mean, of course, English has, obviously there's William Shakespeare and other writers who kind of,
Tapestry, if you like.
written beautifully in English. But I think the way English is going or had gone global, I think what that means is that it's just becoming maybe less refined and more functional. So you go to United Nations actually, or Brussels and people speak this European English, which is just like.
It's less Shakespeare. They don't say, "Shall I compare thee to a summer?"
They don't really say that. I don't think it's much more kind of functional. You're trying to say something in the kind of quickest and the most understood way. But I think the real.
So in a way, is it going to be like a global English rather than the English?
I think at some point it's just going to become a language or communication based on gestures, on algorithms, on like written or visual or. Something like that. We won't need words.
Okay.
But I think we should really go back to our own languages.
Are we going to be communicating with emojis in the future? Is that how United Nations is going to be done, with emojis? Wahid?
I think maybe we'll be communicating with Neuralink.
Yeah?
Like
Neuralink?
Neuralink, yeah.
Can you tell us what that is?
So Elon Musk is working on this brain chip. And at the moment it's in like very early stages, so nothing is really promising yet, but they've gotten a monkey to play a video game with this brain. And I think that that's really interesting because it has like huge implications. Maybe you can communicate without using words, and you can communicate ideas directly.
Where is that going to leave me as a talk show host?
You'll be communicating to our brains.
Will it be like a brain link? How would you feel about that if we all communicated neurally? We didn't actually talk. You'd like it?
I told you this statistic before. 80% of communication is body language.
Okay.
Thank you for turning it up again to hurt my ear, and thanks, Mikey.
Sorry.
We're too much
I'm
friends.
turning up the wrong one, that's why. Okay, so we're talking about communication. What is the communication of the future going to be? Is it going to be neural? And how are the dogs going to react to that? I mean, are the dogs going to be tuned in neurally? Are they tuned in already? What do people think on this side? Is the communication is that going to solve all the language barriers if we just communicate using a Neuralink digital communication? Enjoy your.
You've got something to say.
Sorry, Victoria.
I just hope it can't. This thing that you talk about. I mean, I just pray that they can't read the body language, as in it will. When you look at someone and you're thinking stuff, it could be good, it could be bad, it could be worrying, but I just hope it can't come out like that, because that's just going to be stressful.
I mean, I'm really bad because. Enjoy, what were you going to say?
I don't think we're going to see Neuralink.
Yeah, you don't think that's going to come in?
Maybe in the future, but we won't see it.
What do you think what is the language of the future? Is it just going to be English, that more and more people will learn English? Will Lithuanian just become like a family at home language, and more and more?
No. I think people will still speak the language, and then like an international general English, easy English probably will be to communicate with different cultures and different countries.
So
and all
English will
that.
actually get simplified in a way.
I think it already is. What we use, Huh?
Americanized? All right. George, what's your view on this? What is the communication of the future going to be?
I definitely don't want to see English becoming American English.
Really? Why not?
Yes, I know we are going that way, and I think it's for ease and for people's convenience, obviously, and Americanized English is probably a more user-friendly language. than British English.
Do you like emojis?
I don't. No, I hate emojis.
Yeah. You don't use emojis on your phone?
Only the.
Don't lie,
little,
you have a
only,
crown next to my name, princess.
Only the crown.
Don't lie.
Only the crown emoji.
She embarrass you?
No. You know, I hate messaging in general because my messages get misinterpreted and
He's not
mistranslated.
talking about me.
So I think yes, and the neural link language or whatever it's called, it's I don't think it will solve the problem because as we said, 80% is the body language. People need to know my reactions to my responses.
What's your not pink face, but what's your angry face?
I don't think I have an angry face, you know.
Yeah, you do.
You do have an angry face. Okay, controversial. Okay, hang on, let's just hang on because Margot wants to hang on, Loretta, I'll come to you in a second. I just want to put a shout out. Anyone wants to join this table of chat? We're talking about the international communication of the future.
So lucky George is still here. He wanted to watch the Arsenal. He's like, we're only going for a coffee and then we're going to come. I said,
I'm not an Arsenal fan, by the way.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, all right. Margot, you got a point?
I think it's an interesting thing that you said about your messages, like you said about your messages sometimes being misinterpreted, and I think that is just so easily done, and particularly I feel like current generation, like even including myself, before I call someone, I'm most likely to text them and say, is it okay to call you? And my friends who are a bit older than me, they go like, just fucking call them, just call them. And if they don't pick up, they don't pick up. So I think our generation is maybe a bit more text-based, but I agree that text, written language can be misinterpreted because it can't add emotion. So I'm actually quite excited about this idea of, kind of reading the mind essentially, or something like that, where you just bypass all the stuff that can just get into trouble and just like connect to the vibe. I'm gonna call it. Maybe it's gonna be better for like procreation as well, because people won't be like spending time arguing. Yeah, because people won't spend time arguing like, who said this? What did you mean? Da da da. You know, you just go straight to the point.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, so the point from Margot that knowing each other's thoughts will be better for procreation. Whoa, that's a strong comment from there. What are you saying, Loretta?
If the dogs agree, you know it's right.
Okay, what are you going to say, Loretta?
No, he wants food, don't worry. Oh, I was going to say exactly that, but think about what is the biggest killer in the world. Not COVID, not malaria, it's stress.
Stress.
Because cortisol hormone that rivals through our body, if we have neuroleptic passes that go with our synapses and the dendrites and the neuronal workings of the brain.
Yeah.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
Would it be more stressful or less stressful?
No, it would be amazing. And then, I think Will Smith taking over the eye.
Yeah.
What? What?
The film. Go on.
I haven't seen that one.
Mikey, speak to Margot.
Okay, all right. Andre, did you want to say anything? No. I just want to bring in Rod here as well, because we're talking about like the
film. You know the film with Will Smith and the
iRobot you're talking about?
Oh, there's a lot of films, but you know.
I'll come back to you in a second. Let's get Rod involved here. Rod, do you think that texting is becoming more of a thing rather than phoning?
Well, I was going to say in response to what you were saying, you know how it's like you might text someone to ask if you want to call them, and then your friends will say, "Oh, just call them." I feel like my friends would say, "Just text them." You know, don't ask to call in the first place. Why are you doing that?
She's 20 now. She says, I don't like talking. I'm like, I hear all the time talking to my mum.
Yeah. So are people actually talking on the phone at least less and texting more?
I think probably, but I will say I actually have no sort of concern of just calling someone without texting first, because I know that all my friends are going to have their phone on silent anyway.
So they won't actually answer.
Yeah, so it's never going to cause them any stress. It's fine.
You.
Yeah.
I mean, in the future, we're talking about this United Nations thing, and that's been the theme here today, because we've got people from all around the world. And we've got the dog therapy thing. We are going to do a dog show, I think, on the 12th of September when we come back.
You're going to have, what's his face? What's that guy? Simon Cowell. Is he coming?
No. But hang on a sec, Rod, because I'm just wondering if the United Nations of the future, instead of talking to each other, everyone's just going to text each other? Will it be like Putin, like texting?
To me all the time.
Will it be like Putin texting? Yeah, exactly. Putin going to Joe Biden. Oh, you never get back to me on the text. Will it all be on the text in the future? Like, you know.
The hovercraft, Back to the Future,
Yeah,
2015.
would it be like you left Afghanistan, sad emoji? Will that be how? Wahid, you wanted to say something about that?
I mean, it's kind of already like that. If you look at politicians, they're always tweeting all the time. Trump, I was gonna give him that example. I think that like what Trump did with Twitter has changed like the political as bad a person as he was. As bad of a person as he was, and
he just tweeted so much.
Yeah, he changed the scene so that like I've noticed every other politician is tweeting significantly more since Trump. And I don't know if I like it, to be honest.
Okay. So is it going to be like in the end that we'll end up just people will just tweet each other rather than actually convert? I'm not. In a bit, yeah. Yep. Margot, you've grabbed the mic. Go on.
It's interesting because I think what's quite appealing about politicians tweeting or communicating with the public is that you somehow, as someone who reads the tweet, you somehow, I'm going to say, think that you understand what the thought process is. That they're thinking it.
Or not.
But I've got a feeling that what they text or they tweet is still like quite. It's. I mean, it's not it's not fully. Their thoughts. It's a manipulation, so we kind of get that kind of veneer of I think I know, like Trump, he says this, but actually this is part of a more sinister, bigger game. That's what I worry
their
about.
Thoughts. We're getting
a version of the
what
thoughts
people
somehow.
think they want us to hear.
Yeah, because they realise the power of the internet.
Okay, so are we just getting what people want us to hear through tweets and?
What do you think, Mikey? The dogs are listening.
Yes. So where are we going to go with this? Do we want to talk about the social media, Victoria?
I think we're going to be leaving soon.
Okay.
We're going to be with some friends.
Okay.
At 2 o'clock.
Well, thank you for. Thank you for joining and being the very first customer, which is excellent. But you've seen the drill with John. You can't just. Well, you can just leave because this is a free forum. You can do what you want. But I would kindly request that you have a final thought. Give us a final thought. Something to throw into the conversation. What's that? Okay, so it feels like we're gonna. Sometimes the conversation ebbs and flows. So let's get a final thought. We've got to get one from Victoria first because she had her hand up first. So let's go to Victoria.
I just think the world should have more love and acceptance.
Okay.
Love and acceptance, understanding. Everyone has to communicate.
But how do we get there? How do we get? So I think everyone would agree.
More of this, more of just accepting, more of understanding your perspective of why you see stuff that way, why you see stuff that way. You know, anyone.
They brought us in.
Yeah. Okay. George, are you off as well?
Yes, I am.
So give us a final thought.
Oh, that Arsenal game.
Final thought.
or final emoji. Give us a final emoji.
Final.
I want a final dog from because I want one of these dogs.
Final bark from one
Actually,
of the
my
dogs.
favourite one is. Was it Pob?
Pop.
Pob.
Pom.
P-O-M.
Oh, Pom. Pom.
Yes.
Anyway, I might have to borrow Pom one day. But anyway, we're doing final thoughts. So hang on, we've got to get final thought from George, final thought from Adelina, then I'll come to you, Margot.
Just a general comment on England that John mentioned before. I just want to say I'm proud of this country I'm living in because I can see different people from different backgrounds, and I'm glad I'm in London.
Yeah, I mean, so you're proud of London in a way, and we didn't really talk about that.
What's that, sorry?
We didn't talk about the pride, London pride, which is more
London
than just
pride,
a beer.
yes. London pride. But yes, that's my general feedback. Let's say. That, I like being around people from different countries. I get different backgrounds.
I mean,
different
I have
perspectives.
To say, I'm not normally. I don't normally give my opinion, but I feel like I have to say my family is from all around Eastern Europe, including Greece and Lithuania and Russia. So, and they all came over 100 years ago to this country, and they set up a life in this country and became part of London.
Yes.
And I think that's really important.
Absolutely.
That kind of, and we recognise that as part of what London is. But I'm not really supposed to say my opinion in the middle, but I thought I had to.
No, I think you are. Yeah. I think you are supposed to say that, so we can have a debate with you as well.
True. But yeah, my job is simply just to encourage and infuse and hit the sound effects.
You did.
Adelina.
Yes, absolutely. I think it's such a great city to be in. You can just you agree? You can simply just go downstairs, walk your dog, and meet so many people from different countries.
Yeah.
Isn't that great? And I'm really grateful for that. To be surrounded by such an environment, and it's really great. So that's definitely something I'm proud of. To live in London, very grateful.
Yeah.
Yes, that's great.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Anyway, all I'm gonna say. All I'm gonna say now, and it's.
Thank you so much.
Спасибо.
Thank you. Bye bye. Better pop in, get some coffee as well.
Let's get into the final thought.
I agree with everyone as well. I love meeting all the different nationalities here, and I'm really happy for the opportunities this country has given me.
Yeah. Okay. So pride as well for London and for this country, and the sense of listening. So Indra Achu.
Prasham.
And I'm gonna just keep this going. Thanks so much, and on the 12th, I feel like we should do some kind of dog show thing. I definitely want to borrow Paul, because I'm just in love with this one. But we're going to keep the conversation going. We need you. We need you.
Bye bye.
Yeah, we need your seal of approval, and we need you with your zigzag, or is it a zag-zig? We don't know. Come and join in. We've got Andre, we've got Loretta, we've got Margot, we've got Wahid, we've got Rod, and Mikey. Go get your free coffee and cake if you want. But now we've lost them now. Anyway, coming back. The coffee, go around there for the coffee and cake. We will see you. We'll go down. We'll see you shortly. Just in the horse wagon. In the horse wagon. There's a girl in there that's feeding a little horse called Beth. Let's just keep that private. Okay, so where are we going to go with this conversation? Margot, maybe?
I can't go in the middle because I have a dress on.
Hello. We're just having a talk show. You're welcome to join for 5 seconds. Oh.
Okay, tell us your name. Stephen. We've got Loretta. We've got Loretta, we've got Andre, we've got Rod, we've got Margot, we've got Wahid, I'm Mikey. Grab a coffee, it's free there on your way to work. Okay, but we'll see you next time. Italy.
Oh.
Okay.
Tintarella di Luna.
Come and join in. Let's have a round of applause. We've got some more. Come and join in. There's no age limit on Talkaoke. We've got a new face over here. Tell us your name.
Abhishek. Abhishek.
Come and join in. It's a talk show. You're on it. You're on it now.
Okay, so we got
Just need you on the mic.
We've got Margot. We've got Rod. We've got Loretta and Andre. Come and join in. Come on. We're having a little chit chat. At the moment, we're sort of talking about. There's a few subjects on the table. We have people from.
Well, tell us.
Everything. Okay,
yeah.
so we've got a whole load of new people. Okay, come and have a seat. Move up one. Come and join in as well. Yes. Okay, so before we do anything, we've got to get some names. We've got Rod, we've got Margot, we've got Loretta and Andre and Mikey. Come and join in. And we've got Abhishek.
Yeah.
And tell us your name over here.
My name's Norby, guys.
Norby.
Yes. Norby.
Norby.
Yes.
We've got Wahid. Oh, we said Wahid already. Over here. Hang on. Was it Adam? And what's your name?
It was a singer.
Sergio.
Back in the day.
And what have we got over here? Gino. Okay, so at the moment, come and join in. And I will say, I don't want to lose the audience, but there is free coffee and cake over there. But I'm going to say, Loretta, let me conduct the conversation. You can go in the middle in a bit. But at the moment, there's a couple of things we were talking about. One is like, what is it? We have people from all around the world, and that's really nice. And one of the things we're talking about is like, actually, the kind of pride of London is about the pride of it being a place where everyone from around the world is welcome, and they mix cultures and all of this kind of thing. So that's one thing. The other thing is like, what is the language of the future? Is it going to be English? Is it going to be just texting or emojis even? Are people going to be communicate with emojis? So that was another thread. It's kind of up to you where you want to go with this. Margot, you wanted to say something?
Firstly, I just want to give a round of applause to your name, because there was a singer in Poland whose name was Norby, short for Norbert for him.
Norby. Okay.
And he had this song, "Girls Are Hot." It was very simple.
Girls are hot.
I'm Polish, yeah. Are you Polish? Tak? No nie. O kurczę, jakie
So,
jaja.
zapraszam.
Jestem w szoku ciężkim, I'm shocked.
Okay,
That's
so we've got.
amazing. That's amazing.
So that's it. We've got representation globally here. What do you think about this conjecture, though? Is London a welcoming place? What do you think? Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's like the biggest mixture of all cultures.
Yeah.
It's in London, England.
Yeah. I mean, is it something that's appreciated? Do we actually celebrate that enough?
Yeah, in London.
In London, yeah.
I don't think outside London.
Outside London, not so much. Have you been outside of London, Norby? We're going to put it on the internet. Yeah. Where's the cards? Over here. Here we go. It's a card. Take. Yeah. If you want to, as long as you distribute them and don't use them for roaches. Yeah. Okay, so where are we going to go with this conversation? What do people want to talk about? Where do we want to go? Do you want to talk about London and what? Or everyone kind of agrees about that. Margot, yeah.
I want to find out where you guys, like, how did you end up here? Because, like, everyone's from, majority or half of this table now is from Poland, it seems.
Yeah. So we've got all these. Are you from Poland as well?
5.
Okay, so
one,
we've got.
2, 3, 4,
Okay.
5.
You're
Right,
cousin.
so it's 5 and 5, Polish and non-Polish, and you, Mikey, are a little bit Polish.
I've got the
You're
bit
kind
of
a
the
mix.
Eastern European flavour ready
Like,
today.
I'm just. That's amazing. So I just want to know how you got here.
Well, okay, what was your journey? What was your journey?
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
The thing is, we came fishing to our cousin who lives down here.
Yeah.
From this area. And so we literally, as you can see from our faces, we just woke up not long ago.
Yeah. Okay, so you went fishing.
Yeah, we went fishing night time.
Okay, in the night time. When do you go fishing?
Do you know
Let
what
me point this mic more this way. Yeah.
Do you know where Waltham Abbey is?
Waltham Abbey. Yeah. Okay, so you've been fishing in Waltham Abbey.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit, without carping on too much? Can you tell us a little bit about the fishing experience? What it's all about?
It's relaxing.
Yeah. Relaxing. And what kind of fish are you catching? How does it work?
Mainly catching carp fishing.
Okay.
Carp,
yeah.
But from different sizes, like from 5 kg to 15 kg.
Okay. Okay. All right. So let's get. Can you relate to the fishing experience? And do you fish around here as well? Where's a good pond to fish in?
Oh, can I find the middle?
Yeah.
Somewhere close. Do you know?
I went to the marina earlier.
Yeah. The marine. What here locally?
Yeah, and I saw a carp. I think it was like 15 kilo each.
Okay.
Whoa.
Easy.
Marina. Here.
Okay, so we got all. This is the first ever time we've done a kind of angling talkaoke with, you know. I literally know nothing about fishing or anything, so I'm really. Are you a fisherman?
Are you officially a
Come
fisherman?
and join in.
Do you
Come
fish?
and take the plunge. We're talking about fishing at the moment.
No.
Yeah, come and have a seat, but you can find out some stuff about it. I don't know anything about fishing. We have got, what was it? We've got Adam, I remember, Sergio, what was it? Gino, we've got Norby, we've got Abhishek, Tell us your name.
You can find the biggest one.
Uber.
Yeah.
And you're a fisherman? Do you know? Would you like to get involved?
I don't mind.
Okay. Hang on a sec, Andre. We've got, what's it again? Uber. We've got Uber over here. We've got to get him into fishing. How would you persuade Uber to get into fishing? And what is the sort of like draw? I have to say I know nothing about it.
Let me tell you this: real men fish.
Real men fish. You have to back that up a little bit, Norby. What does that actually mean? What is the fishing thing?
It actually, like, it says your intelligence because you have to be patient for that fish.
Okay.
It calms you down. If you're not patient for that fish, you can't be patient for anything else.
Okay, so it's a good way of getting patient.
Yeah.
How long does it take to catch a fish?
Sometimes you can wait a whole night and not even catch a fish.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can wait 5 minutes and catch a fish.
Okay.
It depends.
Okay. Yeah. Go. No, I've turned you down, but let me just bring you up there, Sergio.
Let me just say a couple things there. If it's about fishing.
Alright, he's a bigger fisher than me.
Yeah. Are you who's the best fisherman here?
I'm the best fisherman.
Okay, yeah.
I'm the one that started to fish since I was 6 years old.
Okay.
I started
fishing
fishing since I just came out the womb.
Around 30 pounds.
Yeah. Okay, Sergio, sorry to interrupt. Go on.
Alright, let me just say, when it comes to fishing, right?
Yeah.
Hello. You don't even have. Sometimes, the way I see it, I don't even have to fish.
Hello.
Yeah. I don't even have to fish. I don't even need to catch something. For me, it's nice sitting next to the water.
Yeah.
Sitting down, looking at the water, looking at the fresh air and all of that. Yeah. That's how you enjoy fishing.
How long are you there for?
Whole day, sometimes hours.
Yeah.
The best thing is all night, when you have an all-nighter.
Yeah. Is that what you've just done today?
No, we've done that like...
Tonight, I mean.
No,
last
not
night,
today.
I mean, yeah.
No, we went just around the corner fishing, but we just went there for like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
We got a bit bored because there was people just driving around, no fishes, so we just left and we came back home.
So actually people kind of disturb the fish then, do they?
Yeah. I don't like fishing somewhere like in a place that there's all distribution and crowded and cars driving and all of that.
Yeah.
It's all about relaxing.
Okay, so you're just sitting, waiting by the water. Let's just see if Uber's more... Oh, we've got a new face over here. Tell us your name.
Oh, hello, darling. I know you from somewhere. I think you're my little sister, right?
Yeah, of course. Tell us your name. Brenda, welcome. And we're talking about fishing. Are you into fishing? No? Can you relate to the whole fishing thing?
No.
Not really. I don't even eat fish.
You don't eat fish? Okay. And Uber, does that bring you in at all? And Wahid, you've not said much. Do you do fishing? What's the fishing situation in Jordan?
So I didn't grow up in Jordan, but I did grow up in Kuwait.
In where?
Kuwait.
Kuwait. Did I do fishing there?
Yeah, the fishing scene there is pretty big. I would go with my friends and we'd go out on like a boat and just go fishing. But I don't have much experience with it, to be honest. It was never really my thing.
You should go with these guys.
Okay, well look, we could do it. There's a whole fishing.
I'd be down, yeah.
Okay, it looks like everyone's got a whole fishing thing. Uber, what do you think about this? Does it like bring you in? Is it too much time?
So based on what he said, right, it sounds kind of fun because I like stuff to let me like relax, enjoy nature, stuff like that. Just breathe, distress. So it sounds kind of fun. Sometimes I like the high stakes stuff, but fishing sounds kind of calm.
What is high stakes?
Oh, I just went skydiving like last month.
Oh wow!
My God.
Yeah.
Did you not show your parents?
What? Okay, we'll come to that in a second. I want to find out about the skydiving.
Oh yeah.
It's not a patience thing though, skydiving.
Exactly. So sometimes you just want the high stakes. Sometimes you just want to relax.
Okay.
Ease your stress.
Yeah.
So fishing kind of sounds like.
Where do you stand on Norboy's point that real men do fishing? And how does that make you feel as a non-fisherman?
Nah, it doesn't make me feel some type of way, right? But I'm open to the experience. But but something I can say to that is The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, he fishes, right?
Okay.
And I like The Rock, so
real man.
Okay.
Yeah, real man.
If you come to our studio, which is just on Aberfeldy Street, we've got our own rock. We've got Rick the Rock. So yeah. Well, not everyone likes him around the table, but anyway. I'll come to you in a second, but I want to bring in Abu Sheikh because what have you got a view on fishing? Just grab mic 2 there.
Hello. Oh, it's working.
Yeah.
vegetarian, but yeah, I enjoy eating fish.
You like eating,
Yeah.
unlike Brenda, you like fish.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a bit of a fishy conversation going on here. Are you intrigued and would you guys take Abu Sheikh out fishing?
Yeah, I would take you, listen, in my opinion,
Yeah.
a real man, he has 3 things he likes.
Yeah.
A real man.
Yeah.
Sports,
Yeah.
cars, and women. Right?
Where does the fish come into this then?
Because fishing, it comes
Yeah.
to sports, right? Fishing is part of sports.
Come and have a seat. We've got Andre, we've got Loretta, we've got Sergio, we've got Adam, we've got Gino, we've got Brenda, we've got Margot, we've got Wahid, we've got Uber, we've got Norby and Abu Sheikh. My name's Mikey, and we're talking. Yeah, well, just because that's what I do. That's my job.
Trust me, darling, he'll remember even your
Tell
name.
us your name. Harriet, welcome. I'll give you a round of applause. We're talking about, at the moment, it's a bit of I'll be honest, and Brenda's a little bit. Hang on a sec, Uber, give us a final thought before you go. I want a final thought from you before you go. Just throw something into. We're sort of talking about men's activities. It's a bit male at the moment, but maybe you can swing the balance a little bit. Give us a final thought. Grab that mic there, Uber.
Final thought on fishing or something
Well, it
else?
could be about that, but also there's this whole question about what men like and what it takes to be a man. I suppose is what certain people are throwing around the table.
I don't think I want to go down that line though.
It's up to you. Go down whatever line you want.
Who like interesting things as well. So perhaps I would like to know what they like.
Okay.
Yeah. What do real women do?
What do real women like? Okay. What is a real woman?
I don't know. I think you ladies get to answer the question, but I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Well, you've kind of dropped a bomb into the... We need to get the female perspective, and if you don't mind, we'll just park the male activities, the cars, the women,
of course,
the fishing, the sport, and let's find out from the female side of the table, what does it take to be a real woman, or what do women like? What's that?
Hello?
I'll sing to you.
No singing until Kiki, sorry. What does it take to be a real woman?
Alright, let me get into the frame of mind. Hang on. Is it hard to be a woman?
Okay, is it hard to be a woman? Can you answer your own question?
It's a song.
Okay, let's go over to Brenda and Margot on this side and Harriet. Okay, final thought from Wahid as well. Where's that? Grab that mic over there, Diego.
About what?
Well, anything you want, really. I mean, it's wherever you want to take the conversation to go. Thank you, Uber, and we'll give you a round of applause.
What do I think about what? I think women are way more stronger than men because they bleed once. My privates once a month. I'd probably be really freaked out.
Okay.
And they also have to give birth, which
Exactly.
is really
Would
fun.
you mean, if you went through what we went through, then we had.
I mean, we're just chilling, you know.
Are women stronger? Are women stronger?
We used to run civilization years ago.
Alright, but without men, who's women? They need their babies.
Okay.
I know you're a mummy's boy, but
I mean, they could just.
remember,
Okay.
have you found your one yet?
Huh?
Have you found your one yet?
What do you mean? A wife?
No, the woman that
Thank
you
you,
love to marry.
thank you, Wahid.
Bye, Wahid. Take care.
Thanks for joining, and we're going to be back here on the 12th where we might be doing some dog-related thing. But it's kind of up to you where you want to take this conversation. I feel like we've heard about from the men, so I feel like we need to hear something from the women.
I don't think there's any such thing as a real woman and a fake woman. I think there's just women.
Okay, so you just are.
Ladies.
Okay.
Ladies, all
Okay.
women, all girls,
All right.
we're all the same.
Yeah, go on.
He just wanted to. Is it
Uber.
Uber was saying that he wants to join in on a fishing event, so maybe we should organise that. That's what he's
Okay.
saying.
I feel like there's a few people that were intrigued by fishing, maybe Abu Sheikh as well.
I would like to try fishing just as a way to kind of, practice my patience, because I think, I don't think that's necessarily just a male thing that you want to practice your patience.
Is fishing a male thing? Can women do fishing as well?
But you know what my worry is?
My mum fishes.
What's your worry,
Alright,
Margaret?
my worry is that when you guys say we're going fishing, it's like all calm, being with nature. You actually mean something else.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Is there something else going on?
Somebody got Dave thoughts here.
Yeah, I think it's not just
is there a hidden agenda?
Is it literally just like you sitting there, just
Is there a hidden?
What
What else
else
is
is
happening?
happening
Something
there?
else happening
I
here.
agree, Margot. I agree.
Yeah.
Something undercurrent.
Is there an undercurrent in the?
Because I've never known men to just like sit there calmly. Maybe I don't know enough men.
Okay, interesting question. Let me hang on a sec. Before I come to you, Andre, I feel like we need to bring Brenda in on this.
I think so too.
I mean, there's a couple of questions. There's one about what is actually going on with the fishing. Is there an undercurrent, or is there something else going on? But also, what about the question about this idea of a real man and a real woman? Have you got anything to add to that,
Yes, it is.
Brenda?
I have no comment.
No comment on either.
Brenda, why?
On either point. What is going on with these men doing the fishing?
I don't know. I don't go fishing.
You don't what? Do you want to know?
No.
You don't want to know. Okay.
We should set up a girls group. Girls, we don't have to dress up. I've got my mask.
Margot, you should definitely go fishing.
Yeah,
it's
we'll
very relaxing.
Yeah. Is there anything else going on? Is there an undercurrent?
No.
No. It's just sitting waiting for a fish.
Sit, have your drink, relax.
Yeah.
Brenda.
Okay. All right. So it's just about having a drink, relaxing, and just chilling out.
Exactly, in nature.
Okay.
Take us, Brenda.
All right. So hang on a sec, Loretta. Where do we want to go with this? Do we want to talk about the concept of?
See who comes up first.
Okay, what do we want to ponder here in this pond of chat? Do we want to talk about fishing? Do we want to talk about what it is to be a man or a woman, the masculinity, femininity? Do we want to talk about what's going on those fishing trips? Or do we want to talk about something else? It's up to you. No, what's that? I've never been fishing in my life.
Who would take you fishing?
Do you like fishing?
Me? I've never been fishing. I know nothing about it. Maybe I'll join in on one of your trips.
You're actually going to be a man afterwards.
Yeah. Do you think will I be more of a man when I come back?
Do you want to go fishing? That's the question.
Yeah, but I mean, one of the things is that I'm actually a vegetarian.
So what? But we don't eat the fish.
You just put the fish back in.
Yeah.
It's a sport.
Is this sport like playing football?
Yeah. So it's like scoring a goal. Like you don't eat the football afterwards.
And then imagine
Yeah.
you catch a 50-kilo carp. It's like
There you go.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I caught a 44.
44.
Okay.
34. Ooh.
Okay. So. I would just say to those people new to Talkaoke, is actually up to you to decide where you want to take this conversation. So
Cars.
Cars?
Yes. We are maniac of cars as well.
What do you want to say about cars?
We like high engine cars.
Have you
like
got
drifting.
a car? Tell us what kind of car you got.
Me, I've got an M3.
You've got a what?
M3, BMW M3.
Yeah. And what is it about the BMW M3?
It's fast. The underline when you're driving fast.
Yeah, driving fast.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go around.
Okay, now people will disagree with me.
Have you got a car?
Yeah.
Come, grab Mike too. Come on.
Grab it, man.
Cars, it's just I use it
It's
for
just a
leisure,
practical
yeah.
thing. Okay. What kind of car have you got, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, it's just a Toyota car. Yeah.
It's a what?
Toyota.
Toyota. Okay.
If you want to sell it, come to me. I will buy it.
Okay, you would prefer a car. Have you got a car, Ross, Margot? Brenda, have you got a car? Bad for the environment.
Got a bike.
Let me give you. You've got a bike. What kind of bike have you got?
I actually got it second hand.
Okay.
Over lockdown.
Okay, so you'd say more cycling, less driving around. But cars are bad for the. Will we eventually?
I obviously won't cycle 300 kilometers, or I won't cycle to Spain. You know,
Yeah.
like let's just be realistic.
But in London, cycling is better. You're saying?
Yes, because you've got those cycle highways, right? And
Yeah.
you're not competing with the cars. So
Okay. Will we be cycling more? I mean, the people. You've not got a car, Brenda. Do you agree with this from Harriet that we're going to be cycling more and driving less?
Oh no! I'm not saying we're all going to be cycling more. I'm saying it makes sense for some people to cycle.
Okay, it makes sense.
But
Doesn't that mean we should all cycle if we want to?
If I had a car, I wouldn't be here today.
Yeah, where would you be?
Because I live quite far away.
Where do you live?
I live southwest London.
Okay.
But you still have
couldn't you get that? Couldn't you have got the train?
It would be a bad cycle. I don't know.
No. Roehampton.
Gino, grab the mic because. Yeah.
No. I lived there for long.
Yeah. People are innately lazy, says
Yes,
Gino.
they will always find a way to make it with less effort to get somewhere to do something.
Even
So
if you
a car's
think about
the
it,
best
using
thing.
public transport is still being lazy.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I used to be incredibly
Yeah, it used to be like that, Harriet.
I would have to take a bus 2
Yeah,
stops
that's
down
true.
the road
Just
before
to not walk.
I just wouldn't. I just what's the
Yeah.
point? But then after
Yeah.
He doesn't eat fishes, but he pollutes the world with his band.
People
Okay.
improve because they're lazy. People
Yeah.
invent because they're lazy.
Come and join in. At the moment we're talking. There's a few subjects here. We're talking about Oh, it was the wrong button. Anyway, there's free cakes and coffee over there as well. If you don't want to join in. What you're saying, Norby?
It's time to go home.
Okay.
Alright, guys.
Alright, guys.
Hang on. We'll give you the first of all a round of applause, but we want a final thought from you. Yeah.
Savvy Street Lover, yeah? When you want to be loved, holla at me.
Okay.
Alright, guys. Huh?
Yeah. Okay.
Britney Spears.
Yeah, go on.
No, I mind her.
I'm talking, yeah? My Instagram... Thank you, Brenda. Yeah. My Instagram is mojeponko.com.uk. You can add me there. Thank you very much.
Okay. Let's get some final thoughts. Final thought. Sergio?
Yeah, I did.
I want to say hi to my family back in Poland.
Where in Poland are they?
In Łódź.
Łódź, okay. Łódź, we all know Łódź.
I want to shout out all my bedrooms on the road.
Yeah.
Coming to you, boys.
Okay. Well,
I want to say
Surfing the waves. It's not coming up.
no racism in this country, yeah?
Okay. Is this country good for
we're
racism?
All the same. We're all the same. Colour is nothing.
Okay.
MC Grinder.
Okay. MC Grinder. Okay.
Round of applause for my security guard.
Okay, Adam. Okay.
Alright, nice to meet you.
No one gave it a applause.
Go grab a coffee.
Okay, dziękuję bardzo.
Dziękujemy, do widzenia.
Thank you so much.
And do widzenia. Okay, there we go. And we'll stay in touch. Thanks very much. And we'll see you in the pond. Yeah, that's right. And we'll big up the Łódź Massive. Hang on a sec. We need a final thought from you. We can just escape. As I said, this is a free forum, but we prefer to get a final thought from you. So let's get a final thought, Abhishek.
Yeah. I don't know. On what?
Anything you want. It could be about masculinity, femininity. It could be about cars. It could be about cakes. It could be about coffee.
Those are two intense topics.
What's that?
Those are two heavy topics.
Too heavy. Give us a light topic then.
Fishing.
What do you don't fish? What do you do? What's your pastime? Maybe you could tell us that and throw that in. Yeah.
I do watch a lot of TV. I do run a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. Okay. I do.
Hang on. Let's get the final thought from Abhishek. Come on. Yeah.
No worries. Always.
Oh, you're chilled. Last chance.
Huh? Yeah.
Last chance for the cakes.
A last chance for the cakes as well. Although we've parked them in, so they're not going anywhere just yet.
Yeah.
Abhishek, give us a final thought. Sorry about this.
No worries.
Anything.
Yeah. Anything? What?
What do you think we should be talking about around this table? Maybe that could be one.
Maybe the topic which she raised. Something not good to the environment.
Okay, are we doing enough?
Which are not good to the environment.
Are we doing enough for the environment?
Yeah, that's a very good question.
Yeah.
That's I don't use plastic at all in my house, so that's nothing in plastic.
Yeah. But I mean,
Yeah.
is that effort actually happening? We've got Harriet that's cycling, you using plastic. Is it going to come together? Are we doing enough for the environment? That's what we're talking about at the moment. What do you think? Yes, we are. We're not. Okay, come and join in. That's a really good one. That's a really good one, Abhishek. So thanks for getting involved with that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for joining in, and we will be back here on the 12th.
This is so nice, actually. Yeah. We enjoyed. Yeah.
We're going to be back here on the 12th. So
I saw it the other day somewhere there, a month
exactly,
back.
we were
I
there.
don't know. This event is about just having a socializing and all. If we have some emails to the community, that would have been nice, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got your email, but
we got your email,
do
but
this outside of our studio, number 27 Aberfeldy Street.
I see.
Every last Thursday of each month.
I see.
Yeah, we're next to the chicken shop, so if you ever want to join in, last Thursday of the month.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it. Yeah, that's
and we've got a heavy cakes as well. That's not. And luckily, Norby's gone because he was already saying he's a bit worried about his weight. Okay. So we have got Margot, we have got Harriet, we've got Loretta, we've got Andre. I've got me, Mikey. Thanks very much, and thanks for joining in. And see you soon. I feel like Harry, you're the most sensible person here on the table. Where do we want to go? I don't know. You just said lots of sensible things about the environment, about that there's.
You're the vegetarian.
I'm the vegetarian. That's true. That's true. But where do you want to take this conversation, Harriet? What would you like to talk about? What would you like to talk about, Harriet? Is it more about the environment? Have we covered the environment? Do you are we doing enough? Some people say yes, some people say no.
We could probably talk about, I don't know, something like travel.
Yeah.
Best places everyone's been.
I mean, you obviously you mentioned lockdown. Have you gone anywhere in lockdown? Has it curtailed your travel plans? Have you got a place that you would like to travel to? I mean, it's really interesting. You're going to go in the middle in a minute, and then you can talk. But at the moment, earlier on, we had people from Lithuania, from Russia, from Jordan, Lebanon, Cyprus, Poland, Transylvania. We had people from all around the world. But where would you like to go? Or are the people coming to you so you don't need to go anywhere?
Well, there's a number of questions there.
Yeah, just choose one to answer.
Well, let's start with COVID has impacted my travel plans like everyone else's. I mean,
yeah.
That's the first one. Second one, favorite place that I like to travel.
Yeah.
I really liked Zanzibar. It's in Tanzania.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those beaches where you don't have 3 million tourists descending upon it every summer, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Zanzibar. I've actually been to Zanzibar as well. Yeah.
Is that where you got your shirt?
No, this shirt actually comes from a different part of Africa. Comes from Johannesburg, from Soweto. But Zanzibar, yes, and people are very nice in Zanzibar. Yeah.
Like in comparison to the beaches in Spain, where there's bottles of beer everywhere. And just plastic pollution. People, do I travel or do people come to me? I think it's a bit of both.
Yeah.
Because I think the way I grew up was traveling a lot, so people sort of come see me in London, and I just sort of go see other people.
Okay, so you've got travelling in your blood, really.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so we're talking. Okay, it's your turn now, Loretta. Grab the mic. Yeah.
She's 24. She was 24 on the 1st of July. I won't tell you how old I was when she was born, but anyway, yeah, she's 24.
And have you got a place that you'd like to travel to now that lockdown?
I tried telling her when she was growing up, I've travelled, and she was like, she was too much with my mum.
Yeah.
You could go to expensive places on holiday, but it's not the same as travelling.
Okay, so travelling isn't the same as an expensive holiday?
It's not, but it's so much better. You get to live.
What's it? Yeah. What is the difference? Yeah.
Oh, come on, Mikey, you know.
I'm the host here. I'm not, as I've said several times, it's not about my opinion.
Oh, Margot, you say what's the difference between travelling and expensive holidays where you don't leave the port?
Oh, I think in terms of travelling, I think when I was growing up, we didn't really travel at all. We went on holidays which were paid for by the workplace where my parents work, and then when that kind of ran out, the business wasn't government owned anymore, we went private, then that was just taken away from us, so we didn't really travel. So for me growing up, travel was just like an extravagant way to spend your money, because, and also, when do you get time to travel? Like, what kind of job do you do? Like, my family never was able to travel.
Did they not get,
they didn't travel for work.
How many weeks holiday did they get?
I think 2 weeks in a year, but then my dad would always work. at some point he would accumulate so many holidays, which was obviously bad for him. And then his boss would say something like, "You need to take holidays," but I have to work for my family. So for me, this kind of like traveling lifestyle is a completely alien. Like even now when I go traveling, I always feel like, oh shit, how much is this going to work? Cost, and what about work? Oh, I can't take holiday. If I take it now, I may have to go back to Poland. You know, there's always that. So for me, traveling is not an
so
easy thing.
It's hard to take time away from work.
And money, for me, money is also, you know, I've never had a job where I was traveling naturally, so that's a complete alien concept for me.
Okay, well, as the men are going to all go fishing, maybe the women can go travelling.
To Zanzibar. I've never been. I've heard very good things about it, actually.
And where are you going to go? Where are you going to go?
I want to go to Prague now, but I would like to go to like, you know, I think that sounds really nice, but I really want to go to Prague.
I would recommend Zanzibar. Manila. Yeah. Okay.
I knew a very nice man from Bolivia.
What is there?
Are you right? You girls look like you know how to handle weight. Have your chat. All right, thank you.
Okay, Andre, where would you like to go? Barbados. Why? Why Barbados? The weather. Okay. Okay. So we're talking about where would you like to go? I know that it's not in your blood, unlike Harriet, to go travelling. Where would you like to travel to?
Prague.
Prague.
In Czech.
Oh yeah,
Republic.
you did say, yeah.
I've never been there before. There's one place I want to see there.
Have you been to Prague?
I went to Hungary.
Yeah. Budapest. Okay. Come and join it. Where would you? We're talking about travel. Where would you like to travel to? Let's just give him a round of applause. I feel like it. And let's get. Tell us about Prague, because you're the only one that's been to.
A wonderful city.
Yeah.
History everywhere.
Got that mic. Give him
Nobody cares what you're doing on the road. You can drink with the police in the middle of the road. Nobody cares.
Okay.
Risque.
You can drink with the police.
You're right.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Do you have to buy the police's drinks?
No. Prague is very.
They buy their own drinks.
Prague is very different from all the countries in the world.
Sounds like a lot of drunk
Okay.
drivers.
A lot of drinking going on there.
Yeah.
What else apart from the drinking is there to see?
You
in
can
Prague?
cycle everywhere.
Okay. So it's gonna be good for Harriet. What was that?
Say it again, Harriet.
Oh, I like
Have
the
you been
idea.
to
The idea
Hungary?
of yeah, I've been to Budapest.
Yeah, me too.
No, but guess what she said about what happens, because we had a big campaign for the drunk drivers. Go and see.
Yeah, I just drink drivers are just always bad news. Some people that get drunk say, oh, I focus better when I'm drunk and I'm driving,
but you're
people's
forgetting one
limbs can
thing.
get lost.
You're forgetting one thing. In Prague, 85% of the people ride their bike.
Come
They
and
don't
join
ride.
us. It's a talk show.
Prague's more of a cycling city.
Exactly.
Okay. Is it? Are there drunk drivers in Prague?
No.
No. Okay.
Drunk cyclists, though.
Drunk cyclists, though.
I mean,
that's a who
cyclists
cares?
can do damage.
Have you ever cycled when you've been drinking?
No.
Never.
I just take an Uber.
Have you ever cycled? You have.
I have. I
You'd
was
run
at
into
university.
pedestrians,
Yeah.
I think.
No, I tell you what happened. Not pedestrians, but we had some drinks at university, and then I was cycling to a train station, and I was living with my friend, and she was also a bit drunk. So listen, let's not walk. I'm gonna give you a backie, and that ended badly. We scraped our faces on gravel.
You both scraped your faces on the
Yeah, because we both fell, but I fell first. So and then the bike went on top of me, and she went on top of me, and she just like helped my face just scrape on them.
Okay.
Did you have TCP?
No, I didn't realise what happened until I got home.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then,
Okay. So never.
and
cycle,
yeah, that wasn't good.
Never cycle and drive.
And tell Harriet what happened with your bike. I know
Never
it's all
drink and
subject,
drive.
but someone stole your
Never
bike.
drink
didn't
and cycle, Mike.
Yeah.
they? Someone stole her bike.
Never drink and cycle. That's a message for today.
Isn't that terrible?
Which is why I bought a second-hand bike.
Okay.
Because I'm
So
just like,
have you had your bike stolen as well?
No, but a friend's bike
Yeah.
is stolen.
Yeah.
There's a bike right there, like the wheels off.
Right. Okay. Hopefully that's not my bike.
No.
Harriet.
Yeah.
Is it
Okay.
works?
Okay, so we're talking about this. Where do we want to go with this? Do you want to talk about the scourge of bike crime? Do you want to talk about drinking and cycling?
Mikey bikes a lot, don't you, Mikey?
I do cycle a lot, yeah.
Strong calves.
Yeah.
Strong calves.
Cups.
Calves.
Well, what can I say? I do cycle a lot.
Embarrassed easily?
Where do we want to go? Do you want to talk about my calves? Do we want to talk about cycling? Do we want to talk about? I guess there's a fitness.
I do want to talk about your calves.
There's a fitness side. There's a fitness side to this.
Mikey, how about your dirty dancing? Go on, tell Harriet. What do you do?
Well, I don't know what you're referring to there. Sorry.
Don't put baby in the corner.
I wonder what people are doing today. That's what I want to talk about.
Yeah. What
are people doing? I mean, are people in or people out? People working or what's happening?
I think people are generally not. I don't want to.
Do you live here?
I do.
Yeah.
I don't want to say not social. That's not. It's just that
people got
in London.
They need to get along with lots of different things.
No. When you live in a big city like London, everyone's sticking to themselves. And it's just a vibe. It's the environment. It's the way people are. Even like when you're in an elevator or a lift, no one's making eye contact.
Yeah, people don't talk.
If you can. Yeah, everyone's kind of sticking to themselves.
Come and join it. Are people? Do people keep themselves to themselves in London?
Run, Forrest, run! Run, Forrest, run!
But if you compare it to other places, like for example, the first time I went to America, everyone was talking on the tube, and I was like, "Wow, this is great!" Everyone's having conversations.
So what's going on? Whereabouts was that in America?
This is in New York.
So what has New York got? How come people are talking there?
People are also very, I would say, friendly and more open. So for example, you could be walking down the street in New York.
Yeah.
And someone will have a conversation with you. They're not trying to hit on you. They're not trying to steal money from you. They're not trying. They don't have an agenda. They're just like, oh hey, those are really cool shades.
The agenda is just chat.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Move on. You never see their face ever again.
But, so how come it's not like that here? What is? I mean, would you like to see it like that? Is that what would you prefer to have?
I think it's a preference, like a personal preference for some people. Some people are introverts and they'd rather like, oh crap, there's all these people. I don't want to talk. Versus, oh look, it's people.
Yeah.
I mean, what do other people think? Do people talk to each other? Yeah, go on.
May I ask Harriet directly?
Yeah.
Okay, think about this and forget about the mask.
Yeah.
Right. Was it Halloween years ago, 2014? Right. We are all animals, are we not?
Okay.
Mammals. If you had to decide on what animal to be other than human, what would you be and why?
Oh God. I hate this question.
Well, what you can do sometimes in Talkaoke, we've got this technique called turning the mirror.
Yeah.
When someone asks a question like that, they've obviously got an answer in mind themselves.
I do. Do you want to hear my one?
Yeah. Is it a butterfly?
Am I being heard?
Yes.
1 2 1 2.
Yes,
Should we sing?
You can be heard all the way down. John Perkins.
Knowing me, knowing you.
No singing on Talkaoke.
You're funny. Right. Okay, I'll go back to my answer. Okay. Think about Walt Disney.
Okay.
Pinocchio.
Okay.
Where did Pinocchio end up?
Do you want to be a cricket?
No. Where my mum is from, Blue Whale.
You want to be a whale?
Blue whale.
A whale?
When you live like 500 years, wouldn't you even get bored?
No.
Isn't it quite boring? That's a good point, isn't it?
My mum's from Wales as well.
Being a whale. People say you have a whale of a time, but all whales do is just kind of sit in the water.
These are the right questions that you're asking.
Okay. I mean, what do you think? Okay, so there's a few questions on the table. It's up to you, Margot. Which animal would you be?
Hamster. It's my spirit animal. But what I wanted to say is about the subject of people not talking to each other, or maybe being a bit kind of reserved.
Reserved is the best word.
I think on one hand, when you just moving to England or moving to London from another country was quite it was great in the sense that where I lived before in England, it was a bit like, oh, so where are you from? And at first I was like, oh yeah, I'm from Poland. And then after a while I kind of realised that I just didn't want to talk to people about this because I just realised I was like being like a spokesperson for the entire nation, and it's like, oh, our plumber's from Poland, oh, our nanny's from Poland, and I'm like, that's fine, but like, what does that mean? And people were just trying to be friendly. I understand people were just trying to make a connection and be friendly, but I just felt like I couldn't be myself because
The cakes are great, by the way, darling. Enjoy them.
It was actually relevant to the conversation.
When?
We were talking earlier on about like coming from a particular country and people typecasting you for that country.
We talk about that.
Yeah.
Earlier today.
Yeah.
But anyway, but
No, but it is a point. So,
but the point I'm trying to make is the reason. So when I came to London and people were just like, you know, you can wear whatever you want, you can speak whatever accent you want, and you can be anonymous. I quite like that.
So it's a bit something
So
about
in a way,
the
I enjoy it. But then there's the other side of it. It's like now I feel comfortable. I don't feel offended or attacked when somebody says, "Oh, where are you from?" I want to kind of reconnect with people, and sometimes it's a bit hard. But music festivals are quite good for connecting with people. I think people are just a bit more.
Which festival is your favourite and why?
I don't have a favourite one.
What's the most recent one you've been to?
Oh, it has to be the one last night called All Points East. I went to that one. It was good. It was very good.
I'm joking.
Okay, so where do we want to go? We've got the idea of festivals. We've got what animal would you like to be? We didn't hear from Andre or Rod. What animal? What animal would you like to be, Rod?
Hi guys, you.
What animal would you like to be?
Hi little girl.
If you weren't going to be a human being, what would you like to be, Rod? Have you got an answer to that one?
Yeah, like
Next time when the sun's
no, like a bear. I'd like to be a bear.
Panda?
No, a bear. I'm a bear. I'm a
Don't
bear.
try and pander to popular opinion here.
I'm a whale.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've gone even bigger than a bear.
Yeah. And Andre, what?
You wouldn't be able to talk to your friends.
What was it?
You'd be in the ocean. But you'd be in the middle of the sea though.
A peacock.
A peacock.
Peacock's a good one.
A peacock. Okay.
Can peacocks fly?
What bird would you be and why?
Okay.
I'm a penguin.
What bird?
Would you be, what bird would you
Oh,
be
penguin's a
and
good
why?
one. Maybe like a peregrine falcon. You know, they got the diving speed.
Yeah.
Fastest animal in the world.
Isn't it a bit harsh? You're always attacking other birds. You've got no friends in the bird world. Yeah.
He's the big man.
Yeah.
Humans always attacking insects. You know?
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh, I was wondering what he did to a beetle yesterday in the park.
I don't know if I want to.
He killed it. He was on his jacket and he said it was a cockroach. I said no, that was a beetle.
I mean, you know, we've all killed an insect or two in our time.
All right. Is it now time for Loretta? Do you want to go in the middle? Is it now time for you to have a go? You're going to do it? No, you don't have to go underneath. I'll show you how to do it. You just sit on this bit here and spin. Where's the blueberries? Oh, they're over there. Just keep your knees together and just spin around like that.
I feel like I'm in that film in what's her name? Not Gwyneth Paltrow. What's her name? And then she shows her Hunani.
It's okay. We're going to turn away.
Are you wearing?
I'm wearing knickers. So don't worry.
Just don't sit on the cake. Don't sit on the. Are you talking about Basic Instincts? Yeah. Don't do a Basic Instincts, but you could use it. Sit on this crack. Don't sit on the cake. Don't
sit on the cake. Yeah.
There's a cake there, and why are you going to sit on the cake? I'm going to move your cake away.
Don't sit on the
Sit here, right here, where it's supported.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so this is a first. We're making history here.
Oh my word! The Paralympics. Did you see the history? The goal. Get in.
Get in, and don't forget, in the middle, it's not about your opinions or facts. It's about asking other people questions.
I've had too much coffee and too many roll-ups.
Too much cake.
How do I do this?
You're doing well. You're doing well. Yeah, that's perfect. Bend your legs. Yes. Someone hit the. Suddenly my legs. Yeah, I've been drinking. Of course, I've been. Yeah, no. Okay, hang on a sec. Hang on, I need to get you the spare headset so that we're COVID safe. Hang on. Hang on, just, you sit down, I'm just going to bring out this headset.
Is this a way to look at my skirt line? Because I don't like it.
Just sit down and then you've got no...
Yes, yes.
Okay, here's your headset. No comment. Okay, like, here's the headset. I hope not. So stick that over your ears.
That was great. Yeah, I really
I'm
enjoyed
trying.
it.
I'm looking for the.
I didn't even realize how much I enjoyed it until I was like, that was great.
I love the t-shirt as well. Right, hello there.
This is my question for
Andre.
you.
Alright, Harriet, Andre, or is it Andy today? Because when I first met him, he was Andy.
Ah, come on.
That's facts that you're bringing in
Right, Mikey.
Too good.
I forget your surname, Wine Cove.
Yes, it is, yes.
Margot, I forget your surname. Chimiska. And remind me your name, please.
I'm Rod.
Oh, Rod. Oh, you've got a fishing rod. Andre's got one at home. We can all go fishing.
It's true. I could use.
Right, Harry.
I don't have one though. I just am one. Just because I'm called Rod doesn't mean I.
So only fools and horses. You're Rodney.
Yeah, but it's short for Rodrigo. But my surname is Raimundo Ramos. It's very long.
How do you say it?
Raimundo Ramos.
Raimundo Ramos.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
you
like
could be a rapper. Rod the rapper.
Triple R, yeah. What, Raimundo Ramos, is it?
How many syllables is that?
Raimundo at 5.
5
But the
golden
thing
rings.
is,
Oh, I'm
right,
singing.
The thing is that in Portugal you usually put so Raimundo is my mum's
Obrigado.
surname and Obrigado. Yeah, exactly.
Obrigado.
Yeah, that's for me. And Ramos is my dad's surname, but usually you put the mum's surname in the middle name. But because we kind of
I've got to do this story, but I can't tell you because I'm in the middle. About my surname and maiden name. Yeah.
You just have to keep stumming until you jump back out again.
Then you can leave the
The
middle and just
temptation's
say
too much,
everything.
Harriet.
Sorry?
The temptation's too much.
Temptation of what?
To talk about myself.
Yeah, you're supposed to be in the middle.
Right, Harriet, help me.
With?
The topic of interest.
Maybe, Loretta, you could recap what we've been talking about
What have
recently.
we- Oh, God. Do you think Rick's going to forgive me?
That's not what we've been talking about.
Right, I've done enough.
What have we been talking about so far?
Cakes.
We talked about cakes. We talked
Coffee.
about. We also
Fishing.
talked about where would you like to go? What
And-
animal would you like to visit?
Cars,
Thank you, Mikey. Go on.
And we talked about London. Is it too quiet?
Is it the capital city of the world?
Well, but in New
Is it a
York,
rhetorical question?
In New York, they talk.
It's not the capital, though. New York is not a capital.
No, it's not a capital. But in New York, they talk
A lot
to
of
each
films.
other a lot more than they do in London.
I don't think so. Where have you been? I've been to New York before. No. I'm a
Turn it into
Londoner.
a question.
Oh, sorry, no. Hi, you gonna join us? And you can have free coffee and free coffees is still free coffee done in there. Oh, sorry. Alright, okay. Well, take over. Talk about the cakes.
I just want to say, I've been sitting on this while I was doing the camera work and everyone was talking about fishing. Fishing is like the most boring sport you could ever do.
Andre, get your microphone.
Fishing sucks. I'm just going to say
Right,
I wish I
take
could
it,
have said it when
Andres.
everyone was
Andre,
here. I'm
go
not
on.
happy with this.
Rod is talking to you. Hi guys, join us. I love you. Hi.
You're wrong.
Oh, took you out. Can we come along? We'll pay for ourselves.
No, they were talking about drifting in cars and
Yeah.
fishing in the same sentence. Drifting
And
is like
you
the
have to man
coolest
up
thing
to
you can
fishing. What's that about? I think they're pretending it's as long as they're wrong. Oh. You know what I meant by that, didn't you?
It's very relaxing.
do. No, I'm sure it is.
Have you ever been?
I haven't. I know.
Oh, okay.
Go and
You're a typical millennial.
I can't even talk.
Gonna organise it.
Yeah, fishing trip. Yeah.
Are you gonna come on a fishing trip?
Oh, come on, Harriet.
Oh.
Don't be. I know you're smart and you're young, but come on, you're beautiful as well. Just come with us.
Boring.
It's not though. I fell
That's what I
asleep.
think. I think
But I
it'd
know
be
that
boring
doesn't
as
bode
hell.
well.
I'll
I
just
fell
wait for the
asleep.
fresh fish and have some sushi and I'm out.
I know, but you know what? I fell asleep and it was the most relaxed I felt in a long time.
Then you're not even fishing. You're just sleeping.
I was fishing. Because I kept trying, and I saw the fish that you caught once, and then. Oh, sorry. Hi, guys. Oh, hi, Mikey.
I think it's not a very efficient way to get food.
Feed to 5,000. What about that?
Dropping hard facts.
Drop it like it's hot.
Maybe
Drop
we
it
should
like
go
it's
out
hot.
with the big nets that they have, you know.
Who let
Catch
the
like a
dogs
million
out?
fish at once.
Anyway, you got keep the flow going here, Loretta.
Hi, would you join us, people?
Loretta, I think you just spoke about something. Well, you had an
Go on, Harriet.
comment about an expectation for people to pay for you. Maybe we can talk about dates and who should pay for something.
Or dates
and
as in the
people's
fruit.
opinions on that.
Yeah, oh, okay.
No, not fruit, but like when you're going on dates with someone.
Because the new way of dating. You know how I met this one?
Yeah.
He was Andy Traffic Marshal.
Yeah.
And then, can I tell the story? Right. Okay. And then when I went to Mikey's birthday party, he introduced his friend, beautiful Romanian girl. You know this one? He said, "Hello, my name's Andre." I was like, "Oh, that's what it's like, is it?" He became Andre Beloved.
Loretta,
Sorry. All right, I'm gonna go now.
It's not about talking about you.
I've done enough.
All right.
Sorry,
Okay, well,
guys. Final thoughts. All right, Marco. Final thoughts.
Ask everyone what they think about dates with who should pay and when. That
Go
sort
on,
of
Marco.
thing.
Thank you. Thank you. I knew you'd help me. Look at him on his phone. He's just playing games.
Okay,
Tell him off.
on the point of dating, I recently heard a statistic
go on,
whereby
right. Research.
So the thing was that the conversation was about who should pay for dinner if a guy and a girl going out on a date.
That's a very important point. First date as well.
And the psychologist sociologist was saying actually. If a guy pays for dinner, that's probably fair and square purely because a woman preparing for a date had spent already more money than the dinner's
What
gonna
is that
cost.
about? Exactly.
Because if you think about like maybe new clothes, some
New
makeup,
perfume,
the time that you put in to get ready,
the cardigan with the dress,
and then
shoes.
and then I don't know, whatever like that, and then
You
the
know when men
transport,
try to
and by
say,
the
"Oh
time
well,
you're
I bought her
there-
dinner," it's like, yeah, and I didn't like you anyway, so go on your bike.
Mike's about to jump off his seat.
So, all right.
I always insist on paying, whether I'm going out with a
Mikey, 'cause you're
woman
the soul.
or a man. I always insist on paying
You
for
do.
the. But actually,
Christmas
it's
dinner.
actually if you want the relationship to progress, it's better to get the other person to pay, whether you're a man or woman, because
Go
then
Dutch
they
if you don't like them.
No, get them to pay for the whole thing. Then they've invested more in the relationship. It seriously works. It's good psychology.
It is good psychology. It's Rod.
Yeah.
Rod, microphone.
Sorry. No, I just that's pretty funny because it's like what you learn about in game.
He's
theory.
old school.
You invest. It's like a sunk cost, right? I like.
Ask Andre about the cost.
If someone spent loads on a,
It's a sunk cost. Yeah, this is what you're
Ask
saying.
Andre,
Mike.
ask Andre, your turn. Andre, don't pretend you can't hear us.
I'm sorry, it works. It's
Yeah,
just
Mikey, put it to Andre.
What?
Right, how do we divvy up the costs?
I paid for it.
Right, but I don't charge you for anything, do I? Except for the food.
Can I go
So,
now?
yeah, you can go.
Yeah,
Thank you. Right, am I done?
I feel like
Final thoughts. Oh, okay.
just 2 or 3 more minutes. You're doing a good
Go on, Rod, take it
I was gonna
over.
say, I feel like a terrible person. On every date I've been on, we've just split.
That's all right. You're a millennial. That's
No, I feel like I don't know. I'm just like it just seems like the logical thing to do. But also, I'm not.
Unless you like them. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, I offer to pay, they offer to pay, and then we're like, okay, we'll just split it. you know?
Exactly. That's fair.
I'm not gonna.
enough.
I'm not gonna
At least
like,
it's a
force-
negotiation. We negotiate all the time. Ask Andre what happened last night.
Nothing.
Nothing, apparently.
Okay.
Andre, get off your phone.
I'm curious about Harriet's views though, because she introduced the subject.
Exactly.
So what are your views?
Oh, thank you. I missed that. Thank you, Margot. I knew Harriet. You're like,
Oh,
you know,
I
animal
picked-
you are.
I picked
Have you
it
picked
up.
an animal? Have you picked up an animal yet?
No, I haven't.
Harriet, you let the side
I
down.
think I'm quite content being human, thanks.
What about like a,
Fair
like a
enough.
chimpanzee?
Like-
You know, stay close to home.
Police.
Hi, Andrew, my astrological twin.
Right. So what about those dates then?
I like the point that you raised with the fact that so like it's called the tampon tax. I think I read about it. How women end up
I
paying
give homeless people
more for hair.
I
You're
know,
spending 150 pounds on
definitely,
your
and
hair,
the
you're
market for the
spending-
women. Sorry to interrupt.
Sorry, just
Go on.
you're spending £60 on a dress. Guys walk in and out of Top Man or Top Shop and
Or
they're spending
Primani.
£20. So I read that, and I was like, yeah, no, that's true. But then on the other hand, it's like you want to leave the date not, and
Feel
some
like
women
you owe
feel
them
some women
something.
feel like, oh, because this guy's paid for it or this girl's paid for it, maybe I should kind of carry on the date or see them again or that sort of thing. It just depends on someone's
Exactly.
personality. So I agree with you when you're like to split it in half, but it's like you don't feel
on the
like you owe anyone anything.
You're right.
Yeah, for
But
the
it just
record, I
depends
get
on someone's
that like
personality.
women's clothes
Microphone.
cost women's clothes cost way more. It's true, and it sucks. And also they don't have pockets. Anyway,
They don't have pockets.
But
Why?
It's so frustrating.
Bum bags.
But are you guys seriously buying new dresses for a date? Don't you have dresses?
Sometimes we like the man enough.
Just generally.
The overall cost of living
Of living.
as
That's
woman.
fine. Okay, yeah, I'm with you. That
Mike's
makes
not
sense.
jump off the seat again.
No,
Go on,
I
Mikey.
was at the a festival last night, and
You should get involved, darling.
And the-
Darling, you should get involved with us. Sorry, Mikey. You should come in and get involved. You're beautiful. What are you talking about? Think Lion King. Come on.
You're matching
Come
the
over
table.
here. Come over here. Come over here.
That's not how
Sorry. Sorry, Mikey.
No, I was just making a point as well. I went to this festival, and some of the women's outfits, they'd obviously thought a lot more about it than the men. Like, most men there were just wearing a t-shirt, a generic t-shirt.
Yeah, Mikey's like that.
A little,
Mikey, sorry, not Mikey. Andre's like that.
a little bit like this t-shirt here or this t-shirt.
Yeah,
Or this t-shirt. I got this for free at a beer festival.
Oh, smart. Did
It's
you go
so
to
comfortable.
Smart.
It's like 110%
I like it. I like it. Right, Mikey, can you swap now?
Yeah, I feel like it might be final thoughts time anyways. Everyone else has gone home. Even
Right,
though
start with
we're
Andre.
slated
Start with
to go
Andre.
on
He's
for a
on
bit
this
longer.
flipping play.
I feel
Okay,
like we could
Andre.
probably do the final thoughts now.
Andre.
And
Andre.
everyone will be
The
happy with
microphone.
our work here
Final
today.
thoughts. Come on.
Lovely to see everybody. Good night.
Thanks.
Maybe we'll take a little break and have a discussion, but let's get some final thoughts from everyone. Come on, Lewis.
All right, Harriet, take it away, please.
Give us a final thought. Could be about anything. Could be
What
about.
animal would you be and why?
I just really enjoyed this. So
good.
I have
We
some
did too.
friends that I have these types of discussions with, sort of on the phone, and we get on a group chat and we talk about the wildest things, and everyone's like, "This is a random conversation." I'm like, but it's good to get people's thoughts. on different
Definitely,
things. So, yeah,
definitely.
I enjoyed it.
I like it. Your girl after my own heart, even if you're a millennial, that's fine. Exactly. Rod, where'd you go with this?
Oh God, I feel like
I think our next gig in the area is on the 12th here in same place. But I feel like we should do a bit of a dog show as well.
Definitely. Get Simon Cowell out here.
There's so many people with dogs, and I feel like the dogs. Yeah, definitely. We need to
And
try it out
couple
for
therapy.
our spring event anyway.
Rod, what were you going to say?
Well, I feel like all my final thoughts are just going to be stuff that I really wanted to say, but I was doing the camera work.
Go on,
So
then.
That's excellent.
earlier, when we were talking about like sort of national identity and like European identity or
Yeah.
whatever, I feel like the thing that connects me by far the most to my Portuguese identity is being able to speak the language, and I just think that being able to speak
Exactly.
another language is like a massive
Exactly.
connection to a different culture. I think it's like I'm
And what
so
it does
grateful.
for infants' brains, like bilingual, is brilliant.
Yeah, there's some really good like proven effects on that. I think.
Because when we were talking about neuronapsis of the brain, I was like, wow.
Apparently,
And Back to the Future 2015, it's happened already.
There's a study
The
that
hoverboards.
implies that if you're bilingual, you sort of if you were to
You
get
are
dementia. Oh yeah.
are able to pick up some. Sorry,
No,
Rod.
no, go ahead.
No, you do.
Okay, I was just going to say that if you get dementia, there's
Exactly.
on average you get it
What's
5
the-
years later. You get symptoms 5 years later, if you're bilingual, which I think is
It's an epidemic. We've talked about pandemic, but we haven't talked about COVID much, have we? And we've got.
There's no need. Let's not skip.
Right, I'm going. Right,
we can do
thank
one
you guys.
talkaoke with that.
Right, final thought. Sorry, final thought again. No, Mikey, what was your final thought?
Well, I mean, I was really intrigued by it, and I was really happy to have so many people from so many different countries around the table. And I think there is a case to be made about how international this area is, and that all of the influences from around the world. I think it's something that's probably, even though it's obvious and it's there, I think it's something that could be worked on a bit more, because I think it. I mean, Wahid earlier on was talking about the Arab-Israeli conflict, and in London you get Israelis, you get Jewish people kind of hanging out with people from all around the Arab world, and it's not a problem. So it could actually. There's so many Turkish Cypriots hanging out with Greek Cypriots. I think there's so many possibilities in London. We don't
Sorry,
celebrate
Mike, I
enough.
didn't hear. What did you say? Say it again, please. Sorry.
The whole thing. Basically, I'm just saying that London could be a model for how people get on across borders and in
That was
different
a really good
cultures.
summary.
Sorry. That's not a good host. That's not a good host, is it?
Okay, final thought. Andre, have you got a final thought?
Yeah, come on, Andre. Here's your microphone. He's just making it rolling.
All right.
His name's Andre Mihai Mick. You can look him up. Okay.
You should go to Transylvania. There's no such thing as racism. My next door neighbor Ghana, my above neighbor Africa. Best friends.
Do you want to go to Transylvania now, Rich? Rich, I called you Rich.
What's going on with this? I would love to go to Transylvania. The sound effects.
Don't
are
go
a
in
bit
your
low.
van with the diesel.
Okay, so who hasn't given a final thought? Loretta, final thought, and
I'm the host. I can't give my final
you're
thought.
not anymore. You're outside of the table.
Oh,
No,
that's
it's
true.
a hostless Talkaoke.
Yeah.
Oh, Sarah, where's Demi? I'll see you tomorrow at church.
Loretta, final
Sorry.
thought. Final
Bye,
thought.
Sarah.
Final thought, Loretta.
She helped me. Sarah, you really helped me. Bless you. I saw your daughter.
Final part.
Rebecca, you
Bye-bye,
see?
Harriet.
Yeah, take
Yeah,
go,
take
go,
as
go.
many,
Many
please,
as you
please.
want.
Take us.
You want- we
Take
also-
the tray if you
We
want
have
to.
blue roll. If
Yeah,
Yes.
oh, good girl. Good girl.
Yes, let's have a round of
Harriet,
applause.
you going already? Harriet, we have to do fishing and cycling. We have to do fishing and cycling. I didn't mean to belittle you by saying. I didn't mean to
Take
belittle
it.
by saying millennial, but I think I just missed that. That I'm an older generation. Because that's a tricky one. Are you sure? I think you are a bit younger than my baby
17.
sister, 24.
17,
No,
I'm going to say.
I think 22. Wow. But you are really mature. I thought I'd compliment you. I thought you were around
Loretta,
25.
we need a final thought. We're running out of time. Give us a
You
final
look
thought.
great for 25, so keep it up.
Give us a final thought. Something.
Bye, Harriet. Enjoy the cakes.
Thank you, Harriet. Final thought.
I've enjoyed myself. Thank you.
And that was us. That was us on Talkaoke.
Don't smoke when
Loretta
you're
in the
older.
middle. Big round of applause for Loretta
Oh,
for braving
thank
it in
you.
the middle.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
think it was the first time. First time I've seen. How was it for you? We'll talk about that soon. But meanwhile, we're going to take a little break, see if we can
Don't
drum
smoke
up
when
more
you're older.
business. We can have a cigarette. I'll have a toilet stop and then we can
Oh, bless you.